we started this lifestyle because I wanted to be more free. And before COVID hit, I used to travel a lot, like at least a few times a year. And then COVID hit and we lost our jobs and we couldn't travel. So I was kind of feeling stuck and bored and needed something new. So I asked Jacob if he wanted to do van life.
Yeah, and it sounded like a good idea, and it was something to do. It was new, something to build, was really nice. And now that we're actually doing it, we are very happy.
How is living tiny working for you so far, like in small space?
Living tiny is working great.
Especially you downsized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we downsized from 140 square meters to 8 square meters.
Yeah.
And it's working surprisingly good.
Yeah, like living in a van this tiny, it doesn't feel as small as an apartment would. Like you don't look at it at the same way. Like if you were looking at an apartment which is really small, then it gets really cramped and suffocated. But living in a van, you feel much more free, and like you always have access to nature and new environments, and you can go wherever you want, so you feel more free.
How important is sustainability for you and green living?
We feel that we're more green when we live in a van than we are like living in a city or something like that. Like, of course, it's the diesel from driving the car that's bad for the environment, and everyone knows that. But
we own less stuff.
yeah, we own much less stuff.
We reuse much more stuff.
Yeah, reuse and fix things instead of just buying new stuff.
And we've started to use more like biodegradable products.
Yeah.
Instead of just plastic and other stuff that isn't that good.
Yeah, like glass jars, much better than plastic, and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't know if we even answered your question.
There is no correct question.
No.
What inspired the design of your home, and how was the building process?
Well, the design was inspired by Instagram and other vans, mostly. Like we watched a lot of YouTube videos and scrolled Instagram for way too long to find what would be good for us.
Like looked at all the other ones.
We took small pieces from other vans and thought that this might work and this might work. And then put it together and made something like something
our own
from it.
And then the building process, Andrea did all the designing and all of that stuff.
All the planning.
And then I did most of the cutting of the wood.
I gave him a measurement,
do
this, and then do this, and then do this.
So Andrea did the planning, I did the cutting, and
we did the building together. Yeah.
Any advice for someone who is looking to start van life or build or buy?
Do it.
Or maybe.
Very many.
Oh, okay. If you want to do van life, you should definitely do it because it's worth it. It's very fun. It's very free. Like it can be a lot to think about in the beginning, but once you get into it, it's like you don't need all your stuff. You don't need all your stuff, and you don't need that big apartment. It's a very cozy and nice lifestyle to have.
And you don't have to have everything figured out before you start.
No,
you can figure it out along the way. You don't have to have a remote job.
No.
You can still work at your old job and then figure it out.
Yeah.
You don't have to know everything. If you have the money, you can hire people to do the van for you.
Yeah.
Or certain parts of it.
Yeah, otherwise you can just watch tutorials. Everything is on YouTube. Like people have made from part 1 to part 1,000,000 of how to build a van. Like you can find it on YouTube if you really want to do it.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out our van. We are Jacob and Andrea, and you can find us on Instagram at Andrea Hansson. _ Andrea Hansson _ you can find us on YouTube, Jacob and Andy Van Life Couple. And if you see us out on the road, you can always come by and say hello.